Good morning and welcome. So today's video is going to be some of the foot rehab, just a little bit, and some foam roller techniques, strengthening and stretching, and then maybe some TheraBands, so we'll see how we do. So grab your tennis ball, lacrosse ball, whatever you have that's sort of like this, all right? And you'll get your foam roller also, because it helps with a little bit of balance. All right. So once again, we're going to start with our pinky ball. And you want to be straight up nice and tall. And I'm just going to start with pushing my ball of my foot into it. So you can actually lift the heel up and press down on the ball of your foot. And make sure you're in a neutral spine, right? Straight up and down. Two more. And then I'm going to actually bring my heel onto the ball. So it almost looks like I'm in a high heel shoe. My ball is rolling away. There we go. And then press down from the heel. And my opposite foot, toes on the opposite foot are lined up with the arch of my foot that's on the ball. You can also put the standing leg a little bit farther behind you. And two more, pressing the heel in. Okay? Then you're going to roll the ball. So I'm rolling it. And as it comes to my heel, I'm extending my toes up towards the ceiling. Then I come down, round the toes over the ball. And I forgot one thing to do. We'll finish it after this rolling part. Might be a benefit that we're rolling first. So rolling back and forth from heel to ball of the foot. This feels good. Okay. Now I'm going to bring the ball back to where my standing foot toes are lined up with my arch. I'm going to push down from my arch. This is the one I forgot, sorry. Push down on the arch of the foot. You're still standing tall. Two more. And then I want to slide the ball back. Actually, bring it back forward, I lied. So you're going to put the ball of your foot on there, and then, let's see, how did I do that? Oh, there we go. So I want to try and stretch my calf muscle on the calf that's, the foot that's on the ball. I'm not getting much, there we go, much of a stretch. All right, let's change sides since that calf stretch is not working. I'm a little bit brain dead from all this wildfire smoke, so please forgive me if I forget stuff or can't figure it out. All right, so other side, pressing down just the ball of the foot. Now you can stay with the toes wrapped around like that, or you can just lift the heel and press down. It's almost like you're trying to stand on that ball. Ball of the foot pressing onto the ball. Keep breathing. Good, two more. All right, let's not forget about the arch this time. All right, so I'm on the arch of the foot and I'm going to press down on top of that ball with my arch. And I'm still standing tall. Starting to get a little uncomfortable. Two more. my heel will come to the ball. Okay, so I have my heel on there like I'm in a high heel shoe, and press that heel down on top of the ball. Two more times. All right, now try that rolling technique. Roll to your heel, roll back, wrap the toes around, roll to the heel, extend the toes up. Then we're going to go back to the right foot and do some more rolling that I have forgotten about. Don't have my cheat sheet. So just rolling right down the center of the foot. Now, go to the inside of the foot and roll. That's the part I forgot on the right foot. We'll go back to the other foot. Inside, which can be challenging. The ball wants to kind of squirt away. And you don't have to do the full range from heel to toe if it's easier to manage it. Inside of the foot, near the instep. Now I'm going to roll on the outside. That's the one that's a little trickier. The ball wants to get away. Outside of the foot, sorry. Outside. It's all good. And then you're trying to balance at the same time. You get 2 for 1. Okay. Go back to the other foot that we forgot to roll on the inside. Roll on the inside of that foot. Keep your neutral spine and stand tall in the standing leg. Good. We're going to go to the outside of the foot in a second. So outside of the foot. It's a little wobbly. Good. Okay. All right. That's enough of that. So keep a hold of your foam roller because we're going to use it next. So let's go to just rolling the shoulders first before we get on top of the roller. Okay, so you're going to come down and make sure I'm in the camera. Then just roll up by the shoulder blades. And I'm going to show you a little more intermediate advanced rolling in just a second. So just rolling the shoulder blades. My elbows are in. You can also leave the elbows out. So if you want to get a little more intermediate, you can roll down closer to the mid back, and I roll up close to my top of my shoulders and open my chest and open my elbows. And then I roll back again. Sure, I'm in the camera. Here we go. Roll. I feel it a little more when I'm extending over the roller. And we'll add on a little bit to this in a second. Keep rolling. Keep the breath going. I'm going to scoot forward again. I'm losing my roller. Yeah, sure. My goodness. Lots of malfunctioning today. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to finish that. There we go. Extend over the roller if you have that available. If you don't do it. if it's not good for your back. Last one, and then we're going to go on each shoulder blade. So go to one side of your shoulders, one shoulder blade only. Roll on that side. Might feel a little more intense. Kind of. A little bit. Yikes. Anywho, all good. Now we're going to come back to the other shoulder blade. Opposite side. Do like a couple more rolls here. All right, now all I want you to do is leave that roller there. I'm going to have you extend over. Now remember, this is not good for everyone, but we're going to give it a shot. So you're going to extend like this, and then you're going to curl back up and try to close the rib cage towards your belly button. Elbows are wide. And then extend over again. And exhale. Ribs curling towards the belly. Inhale. Ribs curling towards the belly. Elbows wide, shoulders sliding down the back. Inhale. Okay, we're going to add a little hip fold. Okay, so inhale over, exhale, curl, and you lift one leg to tabletop. All right, so look in the camera if you don't know what I mean. Lower that leg, extend over your roller. Inhale, exhale, curling up, hip fold. Inhale. Now if you can't extend over the roller, you'll just stay up in your curl and lift the legs to tabletop, alternating. Okay, so you'll notice I'm doing that now. I'm staying up in my curl, really pulling my ribs towards my belly as I do my knee folds, alternating tabletop. I'm going to add my extension again for a few more. Exhale. You should feel your core warming up. One more on each side. One more. All right. And then what I like to do is extend my legs all the way out and then just wrap my arms around that roller for a second. Okay. Now if you can, you're going to lift one leg up. All right, you're going to be stretching your chest. Okay, lower that leg. Second side. Lower that leg. Now when you're lifting, you can flex the foot if you want. You get more stretch in the hamstring. I'm just pointing and I'm actually turning out at my hips. So I have first position with my feet and I'm lifting those legs. A little more core warm up, stretching the chest. And try to curl the ribs towards the belly. So that's going to even stretch the chest more. I'm pulling my chest towards my knees. Getting that core activation. Good. And one more. All right. Excellent. Let's get on top of the roller. Make sure I'm moving the camera well. Okay. Now when you're on top of the roller, you want your head on it and tailbone. Okay. And you can have wide feet. All right. They can be as wide as the mat. And then let's do some snow angels with the arms. So the arms lift up and back. If your fingers aren't on the floor, don't worry. So today might just be a lot of rehab because some of us have just been going through so much with these wildfires, and I just want to give you guys like a nice active recovery workout. We'll do a few exercises. Good, one more. Don't worry about that. Okay, now from there I'm going to just lower one arm and the second arm is still back, right? And then you're going to switch. Okay, reaching one arm back, one arm down at your side. Good. Just kind of like scissoring the arms. You can press your low back into the foam roller. Here. All right, from there, let's go ahead and I'm going to move my roller more towards the center of the mat because I'm kind of crooked. All right, there we go. Still in the camera. Okay. I feel like I'm crooked. So bring those legs to tabletop, and then you're going to try and balance on that roller. Okay. Try to imprint your spine so your back is pressing into the roller. You can kind of pull your knees back a little more, relax the shoulders. So some toe taps, tapping one toe down. Remember, this is not just bending your knees so you can tap your toe down. You're moving from your hip joints. Right? So it's kind of like that hip fold we did. Yep, keep breathing. Press the low back in if you feel discomfort in your back. And make it a smaller movement also if that's going on, like you'll go halfway. Just a small movement, okay? One more on each side. Legs back. Okay, really press the low back in and then just do a little sprint, okay? See how I'm moving from my hip joint? Moving from my hip joint. Pointing my toes down. Small movement. It's like we're doing a little running in place. Kind of. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Pressing my low back. 4, 3, 2, 1. One foot down at a time. All right? Okay, I'm going to find that imprint again. I'm going to lift my head with my hands behind my head, lift up, curling up. Good. Inhale back. Keep that back pressed into the roller. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale. Two more. Hold it up. Okay, what's next? I know you guys know rotation. So I'm rotating once to each side. Don't go too far so you stay on the roller. Now my back is flat on the roller. One more on each side. All right, come on down. You're going to bring your feet a little closer to the roller and a little closer to your bottom. Okay, and you're going to lift your hips. Actually, my feet need to be a little farther away. Okay, lift the hips in a neutral bridge. So that means we don't have to articulate, we don't have to imprint as we're lifting our hips. Lower yourself down. So it's a tiny little bridge because you're already up off the floor, right? Lift. Glutes are activating. Hamstrings, press your big toes into the floor, which I always say. Lift. Activate glutes, hamstrings. 3 more. 2. And 1. Good, lower down. All right, let's take the roller out for now. We might do some more fun stuff. Okay. So from there, let's put the roller under our ankles. Okay, we're going to do some roll-ups. All right, so it's under my ankles. And I'm going to roll all the way back and lift my arms over my head. And I'm going to exhale, roll up. My legs are together. Okay, and I'm going to roll forward, getting that hamstring stretch. And then roll back. Reach over the head, exhale. Reach forward. This is a roll up. We do this most every class. Keep going. Inhale. Two more. One more. And roll it all the way back. All right, hands are going to stay on the mat. You have your arches of your feet on this roller now. And we're going to do a little bridging series again. So the more your heel is on the roller, the better off it is, okay? You won't feel it as much. Get in the camera a little more. All right, so my heel is on the roller more than my arch, okay? And I'm going to lift into bridge again, okay? And lower down. So now you'll feel it more in the hamstrings. Lift into bridge. It's a neutral bridge. Don't worry about articulating the spine. Keep going. Exhale. I mean, if you want to imprint a little before you lift your hips, that's totally groovy. Roll down. I'm kind of doing that, so I imprint and tip my hips back in that direction. Lift the hips. 2 more. And I'm not going real high, okay? Because that's what I feel like doing today. Now hold there, rolling the roller back and forth. It's a small movement, okay? Very small. My hips aren't that high. I'm kind of imprinted a little. 2 more. Okay, roll it down. Roll the roller out again. Lift yourselves up and stretch forward. So you get a little stretch in those hamstrings. Hold it there, flex your ankles. Okay. All right, so moving on. We're going to do some challenging things. All right, so I am going to have one leg in tabletop. Let's go back a little. Okay. And the opposite leg is the foot's on the roller, all right? So you're going to pull that leg in, roll the roller in towards you, let it go. If you want, you can kind of lean back, pull the roller forward. So you're kind of in like a teaser position. 2. There you go. If that's too hard, you can also lie down. I think it's harder lying down, okay? So we'll stay up in this position, pulling the roller back and forth. Opposite leg extended. You can also keep that one in tabletop. 2 more. All right, switching. Okay, so opposite leg is extended, and I'm going to pull the roller towards me. There we go. Lean back a little. Two more. All right. Take a break. So we're going to do a spine twist, and then we're going to go back to that exercise. All right, so seated with your legs wide. And you're going to have the roller right here against your chest with the fingertips spread over the roller. Okay, and I'm going to rotate to one side, lengthen my arms, and lift my arms. So now my fingers are kind of right in the center of that roller. Back to the center, pull it in. Rotate, lengthen, lift, and down. Rotate, extend the arms, lift the roller, pull it in, rotate other side. Lots of noise outside my Pilates studio here. One more on each side. All right. From there, let's do a little rolling like a ball. So I think we can put it on top of our shins. Yep, let's go on top of the shins. Squeezing the knees together, rolling back. There we go. So pull it in. You might also be able to put it under your legs. That might be harder. Actually, I like that way better. So lower the shoulders, bring the forehead to the knees, then rolling back. I only go to the bottom of my shoulder blades. There we go. I finally got one in there where I'm balancing. Rolling like a ball. Two more. One more. Woohoo! Okay. Awesome. Flip over. Let's do some quad rolling, and then we're going to do some knee stretch exercise. So get on top of that roller with your quads. Don't sink in your shoulders. Press into those forearms. There you go. Keeping it nice and tight up in those shoulders. Meaning correct form. Rolling those quads. Yes. Raise your hand if your quads are tight. Yes, a little bit. Good. A little more rolling here. Quads. Keep the breath going. Belly engaged. All right, last little roll here. All right, so let's bring the roller more near the feet and the shins. Okay. All right. First I have to kind of test this out. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to pull it in to my toes and extend out. And pull it in to the tops of my feet and press it out. Pull it in. I'm going to back up a little so you guys can see me. Pull it. Hold on a minute. Pull it in and then out. Pull into the tops of my feet. Good, one more. All right. Somehow that didn't feel very smooth today. Okay. From there, let's do a little swan work. All right. So my roller's going to go all the way out in front of me, and you may not see my feet anymore. It's all right. Okay. So my thumbs are pointing down. My chest is lifted a little because I'm up on the roller. My legs are the width of the mat. And right around the forearm, okay? And then I'm going to roll the roller back and turn my thumbs up. Lengthen my arms. Lift up a little more. So yes, you will be in your low back, which is fine. And roll the roller back out. Turn the thumbs down, okay? And roll it back, lifting into Swan. Push that pubic bone into the mat. Pull your belly in, roll forward. Exhale. Lifting into Swan, slide the shoulders away from your ears. You also want to widen that collarbone. When you get into your Swan, widen that collarbone. Good. Let's do 2 more. One more. And then sit in a child's pose, which is nice with the roller because your shoulders are going to get stretched a little more. No, it's already after my time. Okay. Stretching out. All right. Okay, seated down in your mermaid position. A fan favorite. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to lengthen out. Roll the roller out, reach my opposite arm. And try to keep that arm long. Feel the stretch and strengthening in here. Reach over, pull back. Try to stay in alignment. Your body's between 2 planes of glass. Slide the shoulders away from your ears. Good. Two more times. You should feel a nice stretch in the lats. And then you're going to use your obliques to come up. Reach over. And come on back. All right, second side. Okay, awesome. Get here, lengthen out, reach over. One side might be tighter than the other. And try to keep the shoulders down the back, like you don't want them creeping up by your ears when you're doing this. Slide them away from the ears. Stabilize your shoulder blades on your back. Good, 2 more. 1 more. And okay, let's do one last thing. So get that roller here just under your knees and where you can slip it under your sacrum, okay, just like that. And then one knee's going to pull in, the opposite leg stretches out, stretching the psoas muscle. And deep breaths. And lengthen that leg, the knee that's pulling in. So both ankles are flexing, both feet flexing, okay? Relax your shoulders. Flexing both ankles. And pull that knee back in. Take a squeeze. All right, let's change sides. Opposite knee in. Lengthen the other leg out, flex the ankle. Both ankles flexing. Relax the shoulders. You're feeling this psoas muscle really open. And lengthen that leg. Both ankles flexing. If your knee is bent, if you're here, that's totally groovy. Just try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Flexing both ankles, really getting a stretch in that opposite hip. And pull that knee in. Take a good squeeze there. All right, and let's take that out. All right. That'll do it. All right, so I hope that was good. You can give me feedback. I tried to make it a little more rehab stretching, and it was a little 5-minute shorter class, but it's all good. See you next time. Thank you. Take care.